Welcome back to Legal Tea and Courtroom Drama. And today I got some tea for you. Yes, I do. Well, let me tell you, I'm sure many of you guys already heard about the lawsuit with Emani Ellis versus Beckley's Almanzar. I think that's how you pronounce the last name. Anyway, the defendant, Beckley's Almanzar, is aka Cardi B. Well, let me tell you, Miss Cardi B is being sued by a former security guard, aka Emani Ellis. Guess what, for y'all? She is being sued and accused of assault and battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent, and false imprisonment. In the complaint, the security guard is asking for compensation or damages for lost wages, medical expenses, and mental health and pain and suffering, all this other stuff. Now, you may ask yourself, what does this stem from? Well, I got the juice, I got the tea. Let me tell you. So sit back and listen. Okay. So anyway, this theme from February 28th, 2018, when Cardi B was going to her medical doctor's appointment. Apparently, this was on a Saturday, and it was created that way so that she can go undisclosed. Nobody needs to know who she is. She's trying to go incognito, so much so that she was not dressed in all her fabulous attire with her hair and her wigs and her makeup. And she didn't have security guards around her. What she did, she had on a sweatshirt, and then she had like a hat on her head, and she was just going there to get checked up. Apparently she was actually pregnant, and I think this was her first time she had gotten pregnant, and she did not want to be bothered with anybody. Well, here comes Miss Ellis. Child, she sees her and she's shocked. And for what it's worth, the average person is going to get excited when they see that as well, when they see someone as big as Cardi B. But we have to recognize that celebrities are people too, and sometimes they just don't want to be bothered. Well, anyway, she filed a lawsuit back in 2020, alleging the things I said before. And essentially, she said when she mentioned or talked to Cardi B said, shot at her, "Don't effing record me," and pretend, proceeded to actually attack her. So much so that she said she spit on her, she scratched her with her nail, causing her to have damage to her face. It's unsure if it was a scratch to her face or to her nose. Anyway, this is what she's saying. She said she called her racial statements, and she also called her, called out her name. Now, because of this, she has been traumatized. Okay. And this traumatization should be compensated, she should be compensated an amount of $24 million. Now, I have not been able to verify that this is what she asked for in her complaint, but this is what's been floating around on social media. In fact, I looked at several different articles and videos, and they were saying this is a number that Cardi B has said that she's been sued for. Anyway, long story short, the case has finally come to court after nearly 7 years. And why it took so long, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what usually happens when you have cases like this. Well, generally speaking, what happens is that you file a lawsuit, the person has to be served. It might take a minute to get served. Cardi B is, very well known. Nobody knows where she may be. I think her primary home is in Atlanta, Georgia, but she could be anywhere. So she had to get it served, and they have, several days, so they're entitled to wait to file an answer. And then you have what's called discovery. And in the course of discovery, they have deposition, exchanging documents that can be extended several times. COVID happened. I mean, a lot of stuff could have caused this matter to extend this long. Anyway, the case actually finally went to court. I think the first day it went to court was August 25th. But I want you guys to see this video and you tell me what you think, okay?
No, I didn't say 1 minute for
We haven't had a question yet. Please phrase one that's intelligible.
During the few minutes or 1 minute or whatever minutes it was that you were with Emani Ellis, during that period of time of your life and her life, during that segment, just told us now, during that time period, at some point, you were chest to chest. You agree?
yes.
There was physical contact between her chest and your chest, correct?
Yes.
Now, when you had the chest-to-chest contact, at that moment, were you angry?
I was mostly nervous.
Were you angry?
Yes, I was angry.
How angry were you?
Depends on the level of anger, to be honest with you.
Let's talk about the level. I'm going to go from a scale of 1 to 10. On the scale of 1 to 10, what was the level of your anger when you were chest to chest with this person?
Objection.
On the date of the incident.
Sorry. Objection, negative.
You were at a high level of anger when you were chest to chest with her, correct?
Objection, regulated.
I don't think I was like on a high level of angry. I was more on a high level of concern. Very concerned.
And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to fucking beat my ass. Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, you gotta love Cardi B. I mean, you just gotta love her. Anyway, let's keep going.
So, when she was going to beat you, like you just testified, what did she do to have you believe that she was going to beat you? What did she do?
She was on my face, chest to chest, and while we arguing, she's backing me. So we practically arguing, and I'm backing, and she's like walking forward.
Right. And she's, you said she's bigger than you, is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean,
Again, I have some opinions about everybody involved, from the attorneys to the witnesses, even to the judge. And this particular question that this plaintiff's attorney is asking is freaking ridiculous. Like, you don't have to be a brain surgeon, you don't have to be a whole lot of anything to be able to understand how you can tell she's much bigger than you. Like, I think a child, the damn child that she was carrying, probably could tell that. Anyway, I love how Cardi B responded, because she's believable, she's funny, and it comes off like I don't have anything to hide. And she seems credible to me. Anyway, let's keep going.
I'm looking, I don't agree with that. What is your basis? Are you saying she's physically bigger, she's taller?
I mean, you have her medical records,
I don't
right?
have anything. I'm asking you the question.
I mean, I was 130 pounds at that time.
So she's overweight.
130 pounds at that time. She's quite proud of that, isn't she?
Right? In your opinion.
Objection, relevant. Sustained.
She's a little.
You don't need to answer me.
Okay. Did you make fun of her that she was overweight when you were there in the hallway?
I don't think so.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a bitch.
Bitch?
Yes.
Do you think that's respectful to call a security guard a bitch?
Objection, sustained. Relevant.
Is that how you talk to everybody?
Objection, sustained.
Now you said you felt.
This is another instance. I mean, asking questions whether or not this is the way she talked to other people. Why is that relevant? The issue before the court is whether or not Cardi B actually attacked this woman, not whether or not she spoke to her a certain way. And her attorney, he actually is right in his objection, arguing that it's not relevant. And the court sustained those objections, meaning that this is not relevant. Why are you asking these questions? Move on. And he did this continuously. And my assessment, just listen to this, of the plaintiff's attorney, is that he's not very well prepared. And it seems to me is that he's asking all these questions because he has a lot of thoughts everywhere and don't have them anywhere, essentially. And so he's just throwing out stuff wherever he can get. And at the end of the day, like I said, he's either very, very nervous or he's just not prepared. Either way, he does not look good asking such a question, these type of questions. Anyway, let's keep going.
I don't know the words. Let's go back to it. Did you feel scared, threatened, afraid at the moment your chest was touching?
Absolutely.
You were scared?
Absolutely.
And you had your cell phone on, right?
I did, but She's in
Okay.
my face.
That's fine.
Asking the question and just answer
Did
the
you
question.
use your cell phone to call Karan Newton, your security guard, who was downstairs, or the police?
Objection.
Did you call anybody?
And I got inside the doctor's office and I sat like on the little bed thing. I told him, yo, you won't even believe what just happened. Meet me downstairs when I leave. I'm gonna call you when I leave.
Generally, in cases like that where someone make a statement outside of court, this would be considered hearsay. And arguably, one would object to that, but it was an objection here. And again, the defense attorney was okay because he is seeing that his client is providing information relevant to the case.
If you were really scared and really afraid, isn't it true that you could have called your security guard to come upstairs and help you? Or you could have called the police. That was a possibility because you had your phone in your hand, correct?
Objection. Compound mischaracterizes the testimony that the phone was in my hand.
Sustained.
Your pocket on the day of the incident?
Objection relevance.
Sustained.
Can we agree that you didn't call your security guard to help you after the incident, correct? To help you. You did call him, but you didn't call him to come upstairs.
I apologize. I thought it was mischaracterizes the testimony.
Okay. You know.
I didn't call him to help me. It was already done. It was done.
Okay, now let's talk about the fingernails. Okay? Fingernails.
Something new?
Well, I want to show a couple of things about the fingernails. So, this side of the roller, okay, is 2 centimeters. You need to bring it closer. Can you see it from there?
Objection, Your Honor. The went over this yesterday.
I'm sorry.
2 centimeters. Do you know the size of 2 centimeters? How big it is?
Ask and answer again.
I have like a understanding of how.
Okay, so a few things about this particular snippet there is that her attorney prepared her very well. If you notice when they objected and she actually waited until the court made its ruling, and the judge sustained a lot of the defense attorney's objections, in which, in my opinion, they were right on. you know, Whether or not she had her phone, whether or not she called her security guard, none of that was relevant. Um, Asking question, could she have done it? The realms of possibility is everything. So that's speculation. Like I don't even think he actually gave a reason. I think he just said objection, and the court granted it. But I argue that it was speculation, possible speculation. But I think that the attorney for Cardi B is very well prepared. He knows his objections and he knows the case very well. And the court appeared to be in line with that as well. And I think Cardi B, she's a rapper, but she's very smart, in my opinion, because she listened to the court. If you notice, she was going left and right, listening to what the court was saying, listening to what the attorneys were saying, and she responded accordingly. There was only one time that I thought that she actually did speak before getting a ruling, and I think that's when they was asking, "Do you know what 2 centimeters are?" or something like that. But outside of that, she did very well. Now, with all that being said, um, there are some highlights that I would like to say about the trial. So the case actually started, like I said, August 25th. So one of the things that I saw or I thought was relevant in this case is how the defendant responded. First day was August 1st, right? And they had opening statements. The plaintiff's attorney is essentially saying that Cardi B caused lots of harm and danger to damages to his client, and that she actually is had to change her career. She was a security guard. Perhaps there are folks that have a career as a security guard. I think a security guard is a job, not a career. But supposedly, because this is so traumatic and she was so traumatized, that she had to leave her job. Oh, well, it's me. And then she had to go work for, Department of Family Children Service, or CPS, as a social worker. Girl, boot to the bye bye. I ain't buying that. Okay, you left that job probably because you're embarrassed because you know you started this mess, and you probably can't get a job anyway. She said that she has lost wages, but I can't determine if she quit or if she was fired. According to how her complaint is written and how it is presented in court, she had to leave her job because it was so traumatic. And as a result of having to leave her job, Cardi B should actually pay her for that. And I'll just say this, she's asking for $24 million. Now, I don't know the average salary of a security guard, but I do know it ain't $24 million. Unless, of course, you're working, like you're the security guard for Cardi B. But I doubt that that's that much either. So essentially, the way that you calculate lost wages is not just by throwing it at the door. You have to say, okay, how many hours did you miss because of work? So if you had to go to the doctor because you had to get some type of treatment or whatever, well, okay, you had to do that. So you get paid $16, 17, 25, whatever it is, and you had to miss 13 hours. Well, you calculate 13 hours times your hourly rate, and that's what you're likely owed if you can prove that you lost work because of this alleged injury. It ain't $24 million. I'm just saying. Anyway, she also saying medical bills. So she ultimately ended up having to go to surgery. Now, mind you, this happened in 2018. She ended up getting plastic surgery, y'all. hmm Supposedly, the way that she needed plastic surgery is because Cardi B's nail, her fingernail, scratched her face. Now, there is a dispute, is inconsistency with her statement. Not sure if she scratched her face or scratched her nose because, like I said, Miss Ellis's statement is inconsistent, which means you can't believe what she's saying. In two ways, um, she is saying that she had to get surgery, and that plastic surgery I think was like $17,000. $17,000 is no way. I don't care what language you're speaking. I don't care if you're using was it trigonometry, algebra, calculus. You ain't gonna get 17.5 to 24 million. It ain't gonna happen, and nobody's lifetime. It's just not gonna happen. But you know what else is crazy about this? This happened in 2018, and she had the surgery somewhere around November 2022. 4 years later. I'm just saying. Anyway, these are just a little bit of highlights. Some other things that happened with the opposing counsel, which is the plaintiff's attorney, he started fussing with Cardi B about her wigs. Child, why is that relevant? Again, I think that he is unprepared. I mean, she's fabulous. If you go look at some of the pictures from each day of the trial, she had a different hairstyle. And honestly, I really wanted to just come here and look as fabulous as she did, but for me, it's not that worth it. Right? I don't have a team of makeup artists and stylists that can do that for me. But I want to honor Cardi B simply because I think this lawsuit is freaking garbage. In fact, I think Cardi B's people need to sue this damn girl for just harassment and just being a pain in the damn right and left ass cheek. This just don't make no sense. Mama Sita is looking up for a damn come up. They also had her mother and her grandmother come and testify. Child, mama, daughter, and grandmama, they not already divided up the money they think they're getting from Cardi B. Now I could be wrong, because I ain't always right. I don't know what the jury gonna do, but they come in. Of course, their baby is just so sad. She was a happy go person, but she cried and she's really traumatized. Oh, woe is me, woe is me. All this bullshit, right? But I'm just not buying it. They do not seem convincing to me. They don't seem that credible, especially in light of the fact that the statement from the alleged victim, which is Miss Ellis, is so inconsistent. And especially since, her first time getting treatment was not immediate, it was several years later. No. And in addition, there's no real evidence to show that she was injured. And even if she was injured, how does it amount to $24 million? Nah, ain't buying it. Anyway, A few other things that has happened. The doctor that Cardi B went to treat as her gynecologist, he actually testified.
At any point were you face to face with Miss Ellis?
Yes.
And can you estimate how close you were?
It was close proximity,
Okay.
within a foot.
Okay, within a foot of her face.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
sorry. Did you see on her face any scratches?
No.
Did you see on her face any cuts?
None.
Did you see on her face any blood?
No.
Did you see any injury at all on her face that day?
None.
And did you see spit or spittle or any other fluid on her, anywhere on her?
No.
During the course of this, did you hear Ms. Ellis say something to the effect, and I apologize, I will fuck your shit up?
Yes.
At any time, did you see Cardi B spit on plaintiff?
No.
Did you see her spit on anyone?
No.
Did you see Cardi B take a swing at plaintiff?
No.
Did you see Cardi B hit plaintiff?
No.
Did you see Cardi B scratch or cut plaintiff with her fingernails?
No.
Did you see Cardi B threaten to get plaintiff fired?
No.
Did you hear Cardi B call plaintiff the N-word? And by that I mean the whole N-I-G-G-E-R.
No.
Did you hear Cardi B call plaintiff fat or poor?
No.
Did you ever see, well, did you see plaintiff, I take it you saw plaintiff hit your receptionist, is that correct?
Yes.
At her deposition, plaintiff testified that she was, quote, just focused on getting downstairs, close quote. Is that consistent with what you saw?
No.
Okay, and why is it not consistent with what you saw?
It took me, I would have guessed 30 to 45 seconds to get her to get back on the elevator.
His receptions also testified that they did not see Cardi B attack this woman. She did not spit on her. There was some yelling back and forth, but the allegations that Miss Ellis is making up or putting forth, that's not something that they testified to. And unfortunately, there are no videos either. So it's truly her word against the doctors, Cardi B, and the doctor's receptionist. So anyway, it's very interesting. Each day they have witnesses. Cardi B in her original her fashion testified. In my opinion, she was very believable. She was funny, and she just threw it out there. It's like I like Cardi B in a way because she doesn't appear to put on air. She really don't care what people say. If it comes off a certain way, if it come out that she looks silly or not as smart or she looks vulnerable, she just don't give a damn. And it's adorable for what it's worth. It's believable, and unlike a lot of folks that come and testify whether they right or wrong, Cardi B is really a good witness, and it seems to me she took heed and she took heed and listened to her attorneys because I think she did very well in testifying, even when the plaintiff's attorney kept trying to make her get out of character, try to aggravate her, try to agitate her. She did very well. Anyway, this is just a snippet of this trial. Y'all let me know what you think. This is Lady Justice, and I'm just giving my little 2 cents to this. So y'all keep on sipping, and I'll keep on bringing the tea. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.